Defended by Jones.
Another mismatch, and Chuck Bryant just battling Oriaki.
And a great play as Hines reaches in and takes it away. Hines all the way, missed it, but there's Kevin Jones with another offensive rebound. Now Bryant. And Kolechla just fouled out.
And I don't get why Chuck Bryant, and you can see the staff is hot at Chuck Bryant. That's a terrible shot, flat, terrible shot. And they are hot. Oh, boy.
Well, Doris, that
is
a problem for Daryl Bryant. He's done that a lot in his career.
Yeah, you get a new 35. Why take this shot? And you know what it ends up in? Your interior guy committing his 5th foul. To me, that's as good as a turnover. And he was just talking to him. You can see they're having a little conversation. Kevin Jones is, woo.
Still a 9-point lead, but a key player for West Virginia because of his toughness. Another guy that can defend Oriaki and Drummond out of the ball game. West Virginia goes smaller now as Rutledge comes into the game. And free throws for UConn. It was Boatwright that got knocked down, so we'll go to the line. 10-team foul in West Virginia.
Associate head coach Larry Harrison was as quick off the bench as Bob Huggins. Both a very strong negative reaction to that. You'd think at this point in your career, if you Chuck, that's not a shot to take.
Bryant just 3 of 11 today, 2 of 6 from behind the arc. One more free throw for Boatwright, who now has 8 points.
Now, it wouldn't shock you if he came back down and made a great play next trip up.
Well, again, we've seen it before. The triple overtime game a couple years ago against Pitt. He had some huge shots. He had a 32-point game this year against Providence, so he's certainly capable. Boatwright gets them both. UConn back within 7. Gary Brown, freshman, gets it across. Bryant defended by Lamb. Here in 4 to play, here in regulation. Drummond comes out to defend Jones. Entry pass to Bryant, and got it to go.
That's what I said. I mean, you know, this is the guy's career. Nobody in Morgantown is surprised by that sequence.
Nope. Boatwright was in trouble, got it out to Lamb. He'll put it on the floor. Here's Napier spotting up. Hit another 3. Shabazz Napier. That's the 4th 3 for Napier. 14 points this half. Connecticut down 6 again.
Jim Calhoun pleading for an offensive foul on Brown as he came up the floor under duress of Boatwright pressure. And Bobby Huggins wants to use a timeout.
30-second timeout.
30 years of great memories inside Madison Square Garden. All kinds of heroes. We look like we got a game that's marching toward a great finish. Will Shabazz Napier deliver? He does there.
Day 2 of the Big East Championship off to a great start. West Virginia leading Connecticut by 6. Winner to play Syracuse tomorrow. Mountaineers won the Big East Championship 2 years ago. Connecticut, of course, last year. Kevin Jones has been a star all season. You're going to get 20 and 10 out of him every night. He's got 25 and 9 in this ball game. Napier and Lamb, the 2 stars for UConn, have combined for 37 of the 57 Husky points.
Napier has done a lot of different things. 18 points, but he also has 3 blocks at his size.
It's impressive. Here's Bryant facing a double team and fouled by Napier. And Napier got up and had to be held back by a teammate. And then Mike Roberts stepped in there to make sure that he protected Napier from getting a technical. That's the 3rd personal on him.
We would like to remind all fans that the Big East Conference encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and staff.
West Virginia maintaining a 6-point lead in free throws for Chuck Bryant when we come back after the foul on Napier. And UConn was involved in a lot of those, Mike, last year, winning 5 games in 5 days en route to the Big East Championship and eventually the national title. They're down 6 here with 3:15 left. What's it going to take for UConn?
Well, first of all, let's go back to something Jay Williams said. Every possession West Virginia has a touch. You want a shot at the basket, right? No turnovers. Make sure you're getting at least a look at the basket. For UConn, I think obviously you've got to stop giving up offensive boards, and Doug just touched on it. You should be able to. You're down a big body and strong hands in Dennis Kalichla. Boarding it should be easier, and boarding means possessions.
It's a big miss right there. Front end of a 1-and-1, an 80% free throw shooter, and Truck Bryant missed the free throw. Under 3 to go. Connecticut ball down 6.
Boatwright, Jeremy Lamb's trying to get him to reverse the side of the floor so that he can come off the screen.
Napier on the drive into the lane, fouled. Didn't get the basket, but he'll get free throws. Both teams in the double bonus. Hines with his second personal. Now Jeremy Lamb in the first half, outstanding, 12 points. Second half has belonged to Napier, 14 of his 18 coming after intermission. Now 2 free throws here to try to cut into the Mountaineer lead. Gets them both. Connecticut down 4.
Yeah, it's just a possession game. They're extending a little bit of pressure, trying to make them make a mistake here. But you can just play straight up good defense.
They get it into Rutledge. Gary Brown will bring it up the floor with Jeremy Lamb guarding. And a steal by Napier. He'll take it in and let it in. It's a 2-point game.
What I say, no turnovers, right? Make sure you get a shot opportunity every trip. You don't, and now you're down to a 1-possession game. Bob Huggins is going to say, all right, let's make sure we get a shot here. I think wisely uses one of his timeouts.
How about Shabazz Napier? In the second half, he's having 22 points. 5 assists for the game. And he scored the last 4 points since the timeout to get UConn within 2.
Well, ball pressure, and he has been outstanding. He just realizes, one, that the pass is coming a little casual by Rutledge. And remember what we said about the number of close losses. Those are 2 young players, and then Rutledge doesn't defend the basket. Instead, he tries to make a play outside. Look at how easy the conversion is. And this is just, you know, Oriaki is just going soft because he's not a threat from deep. And Napier baits that pass. He's leaning back like a defensive back and waiting.
Doris, I'll go back to something you pointed out. The Truck Bryant shot. As you look at our reset, timeout situation, fouls and possession arrow favoring West Virginia. If Bryant just holds it up there, they get a fresh shot clock, they get a basket, they stretch that lead out maybe 8 or 10. Instead, not only does he miss a shot, Kalichla fouls out, and now UConn's getting some baskets in the paint.
Biggest play of the game, I thought. Biggest play of the game. We talk about turnovers, which they just had, and obviously that cost them. But one, it changed momentum. It fouled out your rebounders, the area of the game that you have dominated, and basically gotten your lead built on.
Yep.
So, and the expectation for a 4-year guy is that he does not make that kind of mistake. Now, listen, he has fought hard all game long on the defensive end. He has done a number of tremendous things. This is where you talk about in postseason play, 1 or 2 or 3 mistakes by a key guy. It makes the difference between winning and losing.
It was a 9-point lead for West Virginia when Kalichla went out of the game. Another steal! Napier takes it away! And we're tied at 63. Shabazz Napier becoming a star before our eyes here in the second half. And Connecticut at it again. After 5 days a year ago, they've come back to tie it here in round 2. Brown with a pull-up. It's good. West Virginia back on top.
Big time answer.
Connecticut gets it down court. Drummond puts it in.
.6'10", 270. Outruns every single player on the floor.
1:25 left. All even at 65 apiece.
It'll be a little two-man game with Jones and Bryant.
Driving baseline, Rutledge in trouble, got it blocked. Oriaki's got the ball, and Connecticut, with a minute to go, can take the lead. They have not led since the 3-minute mark of the first half. And a timeout by Jim Calhoun.
Shabazz Napier, no one more profoundly influenced by the absence of Jim Calhoun. He showed up on Saturday against Pittsburgh. He is a different guy. Multiple steals here on a West Virginia team that all of a sudden can't execute. Kalichla can only sit and watch. UConn in transition. A little bit late. Andre Drummond is 6'10", 270 pounds. And then making his presence known right here, Alex Oriaki using the left hand, the strong hand, the hand to the side of the shot to make sure no foul call. Now, you've got a couple of things here. They've gone through Napier late. They put him with the ball in his hands. They put Jeremy Lamb stretched to the corner to allow Napier a one-on-one opportunity from the free throw line. Do they come to a screen? Jim Calhoun exchanging thoughts just a second ago with Jeremy Lamb.
Lamb has been quiet in the second half, but that's mainly because Shabazz Napier has been doing the scoring. Napier with 20 since intermission. Under a minute to go. We're tied at 65. Lamb in trouble, and Boatwright with the catch near midcourt. Shot clock at 11. Napier has it, poked free, loose ball, and Brown able to call timeout. Great play by the freshman Gary Brown to get the steal, and then call for time.
You've got to be tough-minded. You've got to absorb a punch to the stomach and still be able to deliver. Don't back down because somebody's made a run. He is in Shabazz Napier's grill. The ball comes loose. Both guys get on the deck. And Mr. Brown saying, I'm not done yet, Dave Pash. And look at that react from the West Virginia sideline. You know why? A little toughness being shown on both sides. This game had this feel from the jump.
You said it, the intensity of a championship game, of an NCAA tournament game. And you talked about the relationship with Napier and Calhoun. Here is Jim talking to his young point guard as if to say, hey, don't worry about that one. You got another chance. You'll get another chance to win it for him.
Don't tell me he can't relate or older coaches can't relate to new age players.
Great point.
That's baloney.
Yep. So West Virginia ball, 42.2 remaining in the game. We're tied at 65. Kevin Jones, 25 points to lead the Mountaineers.
This has been their struggle. Delivering, they got the lead because they offensive boarded it. They turned UConn over. Execution has been an issue.
Here's Rutledge. Hines driving, gets past Boatwright, blocked by Drummond, and then almost taken away by Rutledge. Out of bounds to UConn. The Huskies have a timeout. They can hold for the final shot. The shot clock is off.
I wonder if he's going to let him get across half court and then set his play, or will he use one here? Nope, and I think it's good that he doesn't use one. You want at least 2 shots, but not enough time for West Virginia to go end to end.
Here's Boatwright. Napier now. 10 seconds to go in regulation. Napier with 6.
He's got to go.
Napier with 4. Napier for the win. Short. Overtime in New York City.